Hey everyone, so now we will learn how to model and design facades in Rhino. We will start by learning how to organize your model using layers for more organized and efficient workflow. Then we'll learn how to create and apply textures, and we'll learn different techniques of texture mapping. Then we'll learn how to design linear facades using blocks, how to create size variations using a scale in one direction, test different design variations in no time, and we'll learn about some very useful plugins for editing blocks. And then we'll learn some smart modeling techniques that make the model more adaptable and more easier to edit and test variations. Now you can download all the source files from the Patreon page, and it is going to be for free for the next 6 months. So to organize our model, we are going to use layers. We can find layers here. And the first thing we need to know to do when we are working on a project is to create a layer for this building. Here is this layer, and inside this layer we will start working in massing. This is the first step in design. And after working the massing, we will start working on the facades. So we create a layer for the massing, and we are going to use the object we are going to create inside this layer to create the facades. And by the way, if you need to learn how to model a complex mass like this, you can check the massing series. I explain it how to model complex object like this. And after finishing the mass, we will start working on facade. And inside the facade, we will hide the massing after finishing the model. Inside the facade, I create a few different layers for each different facade treatments, because we have a lot of different facade treatment in this project. So, for example, here, this part is inside the layer, the skylight is in the layer, the curtain layer, louvers is inside the layer, and this organic part is in a different layer. And there's another layer for the structure. And inside each of these facade layers, for example, here, organic wall treatment, it contains another sub-layers. I created sub-layer for each object with different materials. For example, here, window frames is inside a layer, the window glass in a layer, window frames in a layer, and the cladding part in a layer. And this is very useful because you can assign material to the object by layer. For example, let's switch to the render mode. Here, all the part inside the wall cladding layer have the same material. So for example, if I want to test different material, instead of selecting object one by one or keep selecting all of them to change the material, you can just change the material of the layer. You can come here in this circle under the material, click on it and change it to whatever the material you want to test. Be bricks, press OK. As you can see, all the objects inside this layer have taken this material. Let's press Ctrl Z for now. So this is why it is very important to organize our model. It helps us to edit or make changes way easier. But also you can log the object that you are not working on. For example, if I'm only working on this part, I can log all the other layers to be able to work on this part without selecting anything by mistake. Let's log this part too. You can hide the parts that you are not using. And of course, applying different color to each layer make it easier to understand the object with different materials. So let's run very fast about how we can use layers. So to create a new layer, you can press this icon, and to create another sub-layers inside it, you can create sub-layers from here and press another new layers, get different layer. To rename it, you can right-click and choose rename, and for example, Facade 2, and inside it, let's rename the other layers, maybe material 1, and so on. And to change the color of the layer, you can click here, change it to whatever you want. To apply different material to the layer, you can click in this circle, choose a material, and to select the layers that you will select. If I select this layer, any object I will create is going to be inside this layer. And to change the layer of an object, you can select the object, go to the properties, and go here in the layers and choose another layer. And if we switch to the render mode, you can see it took the material of this layer. And you can move the layer from here. You can select another layer by double click into any other layer. You can organize the layer from here. And you can delete layers from here. You can also use layers to select object. For example, if I want to select all this part, instead of selecting object one by one, I can came to the layer here. All of this object is inside this layer, so I can right click here and choose select sub layer object. And as you can see, all of these objects have been selected. Also, if you want to change the layer of a lot of objects, for example, I want to move all this object into another layer. I can come here and choose select object and came here in the properties and choose another layer, maybe louvers. So now all this object, the layer of this object have been changed into louver. This is also very useful. So I think this is all what we need to know now about the layers. There are a lot of other useful single layer, but it's usually used in drafting. For example, the print width, the line type, and all this stuff. So I'm not gonna explain all this for now. We want to focus on modeling and designing for now. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you later.